to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with, well, they were friends up until about an hour ago. Now they're enemies.
Teletubbies. We're the two Teletubbies. Two Teletubbies in Newcastle.
What's it, Dinky Winky? Who's Paul?
I'm Dipsy.
I'm Dopsy, and he's richer.
Well, listen. You had a little bit of banter downstairs with OD and Lewis Rinson when you done a thing with Coogan. You obviously opposite teams come Saturday night, but great fight. I know there was a little bit of banter, but for the two of you, this is a great 50-50 fight for both fighters. I'll start with you, Lee.
Yeah, unbelievable fight. Listen, OHARA Davies is OHARA Davies. He's been there. He's been around for a long time. Obviously, he's lost only against the two best in the division in the UK. He's right up for it. I believe he comes out victorious on Saturday, and he's ready to go. But listen, Lewis Ritson is a friend of mine. Obviously, Jaffa's a friend of mine. But Lewis Ritson was like his career. He's had an unbelievable career when he was knocking everybody out, everything, the Geordie Golovkin and all that. Listen, obviously he's slowed down a bit. Obviously, the big wins and stuff like that. But listen, I still believe on Saturday the best Lewis Ritson turns up, and the best OHARA Davies is going to be an unbelievable fight.
Obviously, you agree with everything Lee said, but the OHARA Davies win.
Well, I've got to, haven't I? Agree with everything. I think it's a proper 50-50 fight. I think there's the two best super lightweights in the country, really, at the minute. I think it's a proper 50-50 fight, this. And obviously, it all depends who wants it, by heart, who turns up. And I believe Ritson, it's a life-changing fight for both the kids. It's a life-changing fight for both the kids. Final world title eliminator. It's a life-changer, which Lee will tell you. He'll tell you it's a life-changer. And like I say, 50-50 fight, but obviously I'm going to back my man. Lee's backing his man, but we still pals, me and Lee, even though he's a little bit larger than me.
You're fucking joking. I've lost some weight. I don't know where, but
He's lost a little bit of weight.
He has. It's over there. Fucking hell, he's not off his tongue because he never shuts up.
What I will say is, obviously, is where does the winner go and where does the loser go in this fight? It seems like it's a crossroads fight. They've had a similar paths in their career as well. Early doors, they were knocking everyone out. Then they've sort of had that sort of stalemate in their career come the latter end as they get to the 30s. So it's almost similar careers in terms of hype at the beginning, stalled a little bit come to this fight. Yeah. And then now they're at the crossroads. The winner goes in, you said, final eliminator. Where does the loser go? I'll put the mic in the middle and you can discuss it.
Listen, obviously the losers, there's still some big fights in the domestic division. Though obviously the winner will be, at the minute, the WBA situation is a bit messy, to be honest. Albert Puello is going to fight Rolly Romero. The winner of that has to fight Ismael Barrosa. And then the winner of that has to fight the winner of this. So it's all been ordered. It's going to be, the winner is not going to get this world title for maybe another 9 months, but listen, it is what it is. That is all on the line Saturday, and it's a great fight, unbelievable fight.
Can the loser come back, Jaffa?
Well, he can come back, but it's going to be hard to get them back to world level. But like Lee's correct what he says. Domestic, some cracking fights out there, coming cracking fights, but like I say, it's a life-changing fight for both the kids, you know. Money-wise as well, it's a proper fight. But this, what hasn't helped this Lee'll agree, we've had this fight date's been changed 3 or 4 times, you know. It was going to be last week, but obviously them Geordies got to Wembley and got stuffed off Man United, you know. And but it's like I say, it's a life-changing opportunity for the kids. But may the best man win, but I'll go with my man, Lee guns with his man, and I'm sure Lee will have a glass of beer after, a glass of orange, because he's off the drink after the show.
There you go.
Oh, fuck off now. Yeah, no, listen, 100%, listen. Some of the super lightweights, listen, like your Tyrone McKenna's and stuff like that, there's still loads of good fights. Can you imagine, obviously OHARA's already fought, but just say, obviously OHARA wins, Ritson McKenna, it's a great fight, do you know what I mean? So, listen, it is what it is on Saturday. I believe OHARA wins and we're going to be going on to the world title.
Jaffa, you've seen Lee is a very, very emotional guy when his fighters wins. We've seen him, he picks his fighters up, he jumps about the ring like a Lee. He's very emotional if his fighter wins. We've seen it many occasions. He doesn't care, he rips his suits and everything. How are you going to act if O'Hara does and he starts jumping about that ring like a lunatic?
He's like a fucking Teletubby, have you seen him there? See whiskey, yeah, fucking Lee, jumping about crying and all that. No.
Have you got subtitles on for this? What the fuck is he saying?
When we win, I just get him just say, "I look, Lee, it's done. But I'll not be running about ripping me fucking clothes off, you know. Show
Mate,
me big fucking belly and my 6-pack, my 10-pack.
Last time I was up here, the bird stripped after. Are you going to do that, yeah?
Okay, well, no, he's a top. People show it a different way. I'm cool as chips when my lad wins, and just give a little wave. There's Lee jumps about like a fucking Teletubby.
Listen,
I'm a
Response?
I love him. I'm awaiting callers now.
God, fuck off. No, listen, obviously, I'm very emotionally invested in my fighters. As you see over the years, don't matter if it's area level up to within British, Commonwealth, European and world level. So, listen, I truly believe OHARA Davies wins in style. Listen, but Lewis Ritson, Davey Ritson and that are great people. So I hope it's a great fight and everyone comes out safe and we move on.
Well, like you say, we do move on. I'm going to move on with my next question because you notice I don't do any of these Misfits cards. I'm not into all that sort of stuff. But you've got a fighter, is it Pineda, the Mexican kid?
Luis Alcaraz Pineda.
The Alcaraz Pineda. Now, he's involved in a tag team boxing match. I'm not going to share my opinion on that, but your thoughts on it, Lee, as a pure boxing man, your thoughts on it?
I can't share my honest opinion, but listen, what people have got to realise with this Misfits boxing, it's not boxing, it's entertainment. See, like with Mams Taylor, listen, they bring up these scenarios and stuff like that. Listen, it's entertainment, unbelievable. The kid's life's been changed by Misfits, KSI and stuff like that. So listen, we've got him from the actual Bronx in Mexico, brought him over to fight KSI. Obviously, he's come out in front of 20,000 people, absolutely cacked himself and end up, do you know what I mean? And then we've brought him back as the mystery opponent, and now he's back again. Listen, this boy's life's changed. And do you know what? To help someone come from like nothing and then actually change their life, that's what this boxing, that's what I'm in boxing about. Not just for him, like changing for like my fighters. Sean McGoldrick, his dream was to win a British and Commonwealth title. He achieved that dream. Obviously Nina Hughes going to be a world champion, she's achieved that dream. Multiple fighters over the last couple of years that I've helped get to where they want to be, and that's what I'm in boxing for. I ain't obviously financially is great, but listen, success is what I love about this job.
Definitely. Well, Lee, I want to fight in a Misfits card then. Can you hook me up?
Leave it with me. There's things going to happen over the next few months. Hopefully get a few more slots and we'll see how we get on.
Definitely. Well, Lee, one final one from me then. As the biased jock that I am, I've seen you put shows on in Cardiff, in London. When you come to Scotland, mate?
April the 14th.
Is that? I didn't expect you to give me a date there. Brilliant. April the 14th, you're back in Scotland. Is that real?
Yeah, April the 14th. Hopefully announcement next week. Craig McIntyre, Jerma Taggart, Aston Brown, Nick Campbell.
Can we maybe go back out? Maybe
No. Lee's going to probably fight again in June, which will be a big step up fight. Hopefully be in Scotland as well. Just waiting on that. But yes, with Lee, obviously, I just want to say this. I'm just so happy that Lee's back, because Lee's had a bit of a hard 12, 13 months. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but listen, I'm just so glad he's back, mentally ready to go, and he's going to get a nice little 8-rounder in today, Saturday, sorry, and then obviously we're going to step him up next fight, and then hopefully by the end of the year he's back into like European world title contention.
Brilliant. Well, I heard April, but I didn't expect a date there, so now I've got a date to look forward to. And there we go, that's what I like to hear.
We're ahead of everything, come on. We're working.
Definitely, well, that's good to see, and like you are working because you're putting on these shows and getting these young fighters fights, which is good to see. Lee, as always good to see you. Oh, no, on you go. The mic is yours.
So from now to the end of May, I've got 50 fighters that I manage, advise and stuff like that are going to be out from now to the end of May. That's levels.
That's levels, and listen, well done to you as well, Lee, because listen, people might take the piss out of you and you always have a good time in the things, but when it comes to working hard, you always have a good time and take the piss out of everyone, but you do work hard behind the scenes, and people don't see that part. People see the fun side of you, they don't see the hard work of you.
I work hard for my fighters. Listen, they're the ones going in there getting punched in the head, so at least I can do is obviously be there and do the the business side. I've learnt a lot over the last few years. Obviously last year was a bit of a kick in the teeth and stuff like that, but listen, it's how you come back from something like that. And obviously Let's Go Management was started, and obviously most of the fighters that I worked with stayed with me because obviously the loyalty and stuff like that, and it's working. So I'm just excited to carry on doing what I'm doing. I will be slowing down on the promoting. Obviously I was going to do 16 shows this year, probably not, probably going to drop that down to about 10. And then maybe next year drop it down again, because I want to start focusing on management, and I do a lot of overseas matchmaking. Obviously there's a lot of shows around the country, like in this country, other countries and that I'm doing the matchmaking for that people don't know about. So that's where my passion is, obviously in the matchmaking and the management. But obviously the reason I do shows is to keep the fighters active. So listen, obviously this year's going to be a busy year, and then obviously we're just going to keep doing and keep making fighters get them titles in.
Definitely. Well done to you, Lee. Obviously, it's good to see you. Listen, after this Saturday night, I'll see you on April 14th.
Yeah, you will do. You will do.
Good stuff, Lee. As always, thank you, brother. And no doubt I'll see you around the hotel. Thank you, Lee.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.